Okay, by now you might have heard about The Furious, a Hong Kong action movie from Japanese director Kenji Tanigaki. It premiered at TIFF last year and finally got its US release this past week, and the reviews have been bonkers. Now I can tell you all the reasons why this movie is a great time and why the fights are nuts, but you're really better served just going to see it for yourself. I went in knowing basically nothing other than hearing a few comparisons to The Raid, and I'm so glad I did, especially for the final fight that takes up the last 20 or so minutes. This is already shaping up to be a busy summer. Toy Story 5 is about to make all the money this weekend, Supergirl is next week, and it just keeps going from there. Find yourself a weeknight, watch this one, enjoy the ride, and then come back and check out the rest of this video. Sound good? See you then. I told you! So yeah, the comparisons to The Raid were appropriate, not just because Yayan and Joe Taslim are here. See, The Raid is up there with the John Wick franchise as something that gets invoked every time a new international action movie starts making waves. And when I heard this one was coming out of Hong Kong, I thought maybe we were getting ahead of ourselves. But no, this really does harken back to Gareth Evans' work from more than a decade ago. The fights are deliberately paced. On top of the usual punching and kicking, there's brawling, grappling, and straight up wrestling. And since this isn't America, most of the people aren't running around with guns, so instead introducing weapons like knives and hammers become the equalizers that crank up the violence and bloodshed. What surprised me was that the story, rather than be simple and straightforward, actually bears closer resemblance to The Raid 2, a sprawling crime drama with lots of twists and turns. It starts out simple enough. Ji Miao's Wong Wei is a mute handyman working in Thailand whose daughter gets kidnapped by human traffickers and he goes all one-man army to rescue her. No surprise, this thing drew a lot of comparisons to Taken. Except by the 1 hour mark, he's already reunited with her, and the rest of the film is actually about him being caught in the crosshairs of a rampaging crime boss, a corrupt police chief, and Taslim's revenge quest for the death of his wife. It all culminates in this wild 2-on-2-on-1 fight that makes for one of the best fights I've seen on screen in years. Sure, the action scenes are a little spread apart, and the ADR can be a bit clunky at times, but everything involving the truck chase, the nightclub fight, and the climax is just outstanding. It's no surprise that the Raid alums nearly steal the show, but shout out to Brian Lee for his work as the henchman Ho, who fights like somebody dropped a grizzly bear in the middle of a fight scene and just kept the camera rolling. Apparently, the ending was changed from a tag team fight to what we eventually got, and it was definitely the right call. So yeah, if you still haven't seen The Furious, fix that. They fight with bikes at one point. Every time somebody pulls out a hammer, hits the fan. It's amazing. But let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.